Hello my Komkomerkes, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing the Ultimate Beyonce album tier list, episode 3. And today we've got a very special guest joining us. Please say hello to Lelana Enigma.
Oh, is that what you're going with?
Unless you want to introduce yourself,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I'm Lutho, also known as Lelana Enigma. And hi.
Do you want to tell the girls a little bit more about Lelana?
Oh Lord, I could go on for a day.
But day isn't that long.
Okay, forever. Yeah, Lelana is just the visual sensory expression of who I am, and I belong to the House of Enigma, which is a Kiki house based here in Cape Town, in the Cape Town ballroom scene.
So she's a ballroom girlie.
Yes, well, a baby ballroom girlie, because yeah, just started. You'll have to watch my Instagram to see more, of course. I won't plug it, but yeah.
I'll do the plug. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, happy to be here and excited to
I'm happy to have you, yeah.
Yeah, and excited to do the Beyonce Ultimate Album Tier playlist.
Something like that. Like you
Yeah.
said before we started recording, the title is quite a mouthful. And as y'all have noticed, each episode something gets tweaked here and there. And you know, that's just how we do it. We are going to try and finesse as much as possible, and we're gonna build it as we go along, and that's fine. You know, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we figure it out and we become better. We are going on to Beyonce's third studio album, which is I Am Sasha Fierce. It's one of those albums that is quite contentious in the sense that a lot of people consider it to contain Beyonce's biggest hits as far as commercial performance and charting. At the same time, a lot of people feel like, you know, it doesn't really rank that high as far as Beyonce albums.
Yeah.
So it's quite a divisive album.
If that is the right word, I think it is, yeah.
And yeah, we'll see. You know, like I said when we started the first episode, we're going to be looking at the tracks per album. And based on where those tracks land in our tier list, that's going to determine where the album ultimately falls. So I'm quite excited to see how this plays out. We've already had a bit of a conversation this morning about what we feel about this album. So I feel there might be quite
Some disagreements.
Some light-hearted debate. But you know, that makes it fun. So let's jump back into the tier list, and just as a refresher, this is where we left off. So y'all might have noticed that there is some differences. What I've done is I've renamed some of these tiers over here, and I've done it for two reasons. A, just to personalize it a little bit, but also I found that with my previous ranking, there were a few discrepancies that crept in. So just to make things a little bit more simple and a little bit more clear, I have renamed the tiers. At the bottom, I've added an additional tier called interludes. I did mention in the previous video that this tier was starting to get a little bit more muddied. So any interlude, I will then move into this. So just as an example, let's already just move this Beyonce interlude over there so that we can see how the tier should be occupied. So I'm not going to run through all the tracks. If you want to understand how we got here, you're more than welcome to check out videos 1 and 2. But for now, I think let's jump into the current album, which is I Am Sasha Fierce. Just a disclaimer, and as we did with the previous video, we will only be looking at the standard release or the first version of the album that was released. That also means that certain remix tracks, certain bonus tracks will not be included, but that's fine. Like for me, I think the original intent, the original version of the album is how Beyonce wanted us to receive the album initially, and I think that's what we should be looking at. So the first track we've got is If I Were a Boy.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna plonk it there for now. Thoughts?
With good. Yeah, I think it's good. It's definitely not a bop. per se.
Oh, I just put it there to have it on the list. Like, I wasn't gonna put it there, but if you think it's there, I think
it's good.
Okay, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good track on the album list. Yeah, I go back to it once in a while. It's not one of those tracks where I jump straight. If I want to like listen to the album, I'll jump straight to that track. So it's not like the opener track that, ooh, I need to go straight into If I Were a Boy. If it comes into my playlist somewhere down the line, I'm not mad at her, but I'm like, yeah, sure, she can stay. That's
fair. Obviously, I am a Beyonce fan, and I do consume the music differently. For me personally, I do think that this is one of Beyonce's signature hits. So if you look at the tiers, I would have put If I Were a Boy in a signature hits.
From a popularity point of view, yeah, I would agree with you. But
I think just to balance it out, we can meet each other in the middle and maybe put it in the top. I don't know if you would agree with that.
I don't know. A bop to me is something that you like jam to. Like you
can have a mid to slow tempo.
A mid to tempo bop. Okay, sure. But we don't have to meet each other in the middle. This is your tiering. I'm just here to give a different perspective. So
But exactly that. I am going to be very focused on... Listen, I listen to Beyonce every single day.
Yeah,
right? So,
and I don't.
So this is more for me to assist me in like considering the audience perception as well. Not everyone watching this video listens to Beyonce the way that I do. Some people don't even listen to Beyonce at all. So for some people, this would be their first introduction. If I was going to say, go and listen to this song, these are the 10 best Beyonce songs to listen to me, that would be applicable to me, but to the audience, what would maybe be something that would hook them in,
Okay.
So I think that's where your contribution will come in. So I don't know, what do you think about that?
Bob? No, I think you can go into signature hits. I can see why you would say signature hits, even though I wouldn't necessarily classify the signature hit within this particular album. I can see why. Yeah, in terms of the numbers, if you look at facts and, what radio play and accolades for the song, it is one of the songs that is more popular from the album, so it is a signature hit. Otherwise, I don't think Beyonce would have released it as a single, if it wasn't.
To be fair, how often does Beyonce still perform the song today? I don't think it gets performed. Well, she did perform it on the Cowboy Carter tour. But before that...
It's not often.
I can't even remember. I think it was one of those global citizen type concerts she performed at last. It's not something that is a staple in a catalog as far as live performances. And so does she even like the song?
No, but I think the song is like a time capsule for me. It's in when did you say the album was released?
2008.
2000. So it stays kind of in that world and in that time period. I don't think it's one of those songs that actually transcends, because if you were to listen to it like 10 years from now kind of thing, there are other songs that, stand the test of time in her album list. So... yeah, it's very much like, even when she did perform it, she mostly performed it in the 2000s or when the album was released in those earlier times, and doesn't really perform it in her later concerts. So so it stays a pop. I say good, you say
should
signature.
we rename this though? Just because, as an example, currently we've got Signs, Be With You, Baby Boy, Upgrade You, Close I Get You, Resentment. Should we call it a bop, or what? Is there a better term for this grouping of songs maybe? Maybe we should come back to this.
I agree.
I'm just gonna add an asterisk there, so we might rename that.
If I look at all the other tracks on there, they are bops. It's just If I Were a Boy is not a bop.
Specifically, just say if you hate I Am Sasha Fierce.
No, there are songs that I do like on Sasha Fierce.
Fierce.
Yeah.
Squasha Fierce. Slosha Fierce. Beyonce. Seance. Beyonce.
There are tracks that I like on the album. Like when we get to those tracks, you probably see what I mean by a bop and what I classify as a bop. And in comparison, then, If I Were Boy, we can leave it there. It will move later.
I'll move it down to good.
Okay.
And we can review the tiers after we've finished.
Okay, cool.
Just to see if it makes sense.
Yeah. I think I'm good with that.
Wow, that was only the first song and we were really fighting.
Yeah. We are going to disagree a lot, I think, because we do consume music differently.
Very differently.
And our benchmarks.
Also, like sorry to interrupt. You were going to say?
No, you can continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, you generally listen to the lyrics of a song. I listen to the music. I listen to the sound. I can listen to a song for like 10 years and not know any lyric. And the lyrics is normally something that you own on.
Yeah, and the meaning behind
Yeah.
the song and the lyrics. Yeah. So it needs to resonate with me. So.
And on that, actually, If I Were a Boy, one could consider that the lyric is kind of immature. Not immature, but If I Were a Boy, How to Love a Girl, like a grown 45-year-old woman singing the song.
I get the intent. I get the intent and
Yeah.
the comparison that she was trying to do and trying to highlight, social dynamics around, masculine versus feminine, what, boys are allowed to do versus girls, and how to treat.
And we're still talking about that.
Yeah,
anyway,
so it
it's
does
still
bring,
relevant.
Yeah, it brings that debate. So I understand. But maybe it's just the title of the song that kind of makes it a little more juvenile, like you say, maybe juvenile. So
Okay, I'm happy with If I Were a Boy at good for now. And like I said, we can come back to that later. But I think it's time to move on to the next track. Okay, next up we've got Halo. I am gonna put Halo straight into signature hits. It is Beyonce's biggest hit. It has the most streams. Even though it never reached the top of the charts, currently it's still averaging, I'm not on Spotify, but I think on Spotify it still gets like millions of streams a day or something like that.
millions? Okay,
I think so.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
Well, considering the amount of listeners she does have, it is plausible. It just sounded ridiculous to me. But
But I think almost everyone knows Halo. So as far as fan base, as far as general population, everyone knows Halo. It still gets a lot of streams. Let's just say millions, but it still gets a lot of streams to this day. I feel like it's one of the songs also that has featured in a lot of set lists in the past. So Beyonce also enjoys the song.
And performing it, One of my favorite performances is when she goes into the audience and makes that goal. Sing along. And so and then walks away laughing.
But listen, which one of us can say that we sang ooh ooh into a microphone while Beyonce held? Not even on a mic stand, but Beyonce held the mic. So, how many of us can say that? So, girl's iconic.
Well, I do agree with you in terms of signature hit. In the track list of this album, it is, I have no qualms about it being there. It is one of those songs that everyone would sing.
Are we both happy with Halo being signature?
Signature hit, I agree.
Cool.
No contest there.
So next up we've got Disappear. So I'm gonna say, for me, Disappear is one of my personal favorites. I really love that in this track we start to see a different approach to the instruments and the sounds that is utilized on a Beyonce album. As an example, all of a sudden we start hearing a lot of acoustic guitar. We start to get vocals with not a lot of auto-tune and effects and reverb added. It's a more clean vocal with acoustic guitar,
and
very bare, And like I mentioned in the last video, sometimes you can see how certain songs album to album progress and result into the next album. I feel like Disappear could be a precursor to what we hear on Cowboy Carter as an example. I feel like a lot of Cowboy Carter songs and sounds originated from the I Am Sasha Fierce era. But with that said, you know, I don't know if I can put it
It
up.
is a personal favorite.
It's a personal favorite.
Based on the naming of that tier, it's a personal favorite, meaning it's personal to you. And might not translate to other people. So, like for me, I would rank it as a good track, similar to where If Our Boy is. Because it's a lovely song, beautiful gowns and things. However, I think she's got other tracks like is Smash Into You, right?
Smash Into You is Sasha Fierce.
If I were to put Disappear and Smash Into You next to each other, sonically they sound different, but in terms of mood, for me, they're similar. And I would go with the other, which is Smash Into You for the mood of the song. Just for me, it puts me in a more, yes, it's calm. And so I tend to, and when I listen to the lyrics, I tend to go more into a somber state. Because even the word, it says disappear. So it's
definitely not a happy song.
Alludes to nothingness, so and hence then I think then it doesn't make it my favorite because of just the mood that it sets in me.
I do like a good sad song though.
Yeah, she's a somber girl. She's a very sad girl. I do like my sad music. But there's just something about Disappear and Broken Hearted Girl that kind of, doesn't make it my favorite sad song. Toni Braxton, sorry to veer off, she has a song, it's just another sad love song breaking. Yeah, I'm not going to sing. But, there's a vibiness, even though she's talking about a sad song. Yeah. And the lyric is supposed to... With Disappear, now, yes, it's a sad song, but it doesn't have a vibiness.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. So it puts me more in a melancholic kind of state.
Yeah.
So, and
I think that was the purpose of the song.
Yeah.
The end of the song. Look, I am, like, as much as
it's a personal favorite, no one can fight you for that.
No one can. But in the context of what we already have here, I am very happy to move it down. I don't consider it a signature. I think it can't be higher than If I Were a Boy. So I think I would put it right next to If I Were a Boy.
All right, we can review it later in relation to the tracks that are on that, and then move it up or move it down. So okay, next.
Okay, next up, your favorite song, Broken Hearted Girl. You just had a lot to say about her.
Broken Hearted Girl.
I am happy having Broken Hearted Girl either in good or it's a pop.
We're gonna change that. It's a pop. Yeah.
Although I wouldn't say forgettable, but you know what? I would say forgettable. It's not one of my favorite songs. It, as much as it was a single, I feel like there was so much stronger album tracks than Broken Hearted Girl on this album. And I don't think a lot of people generally goes back to that song. I hated the music video. It's fine. The vocal on the bridge of the song, I do enjoy as far as the vocal itself. But like you mentioned, a lot of these tracks do kind of feel a bit morbid, and I feel like this one really doubles down on the morbid mobility.
Morbidness of
the morbidness more so than Disappear. So I'm happy to rank it lower than Disappear.
I will agree with you. Maybe it can be forgettable. It's definitely... between Disappear and Broken Hearted Girl, I think I gravitate more towards Disappear, and that jumps more to mind than Broken Hearted Girl. Love the vocal range in Broken Hearted Girl. She does give the vocals there to some degree. But in terms of a track on the album, it is one of those skippables for me as well. I think it's a skippable goal.
Okay.
I agree with Forgettable.
That was easy.
Yeah,
We
and
agreed.
now let's skip.
Okay, next up we've got Ave Maria. For me, Ave Maria is a really beautiful song. It's also one of the songs where, you know, Beyonce starts singing in different languages. Although she did do the Spanish version of B-Day, remember? So she did a full Spanish version of B-Day.
She was in an international era.
She was. So in Ave Maria, obviously, I don't know who the composer is, but it's based on the classical song Ave Maria. So some parts of it is interpolated into this recording. Again, beautiful vocal, gentle, soft, not a lot of production. We get that acoustic guitar again, which I love.
Is she
I wouldn't want to put her in Forgettable. It's a good song.
Not a signature hit.
It's not a signature. Maybe it's just good.
Okay, I will disagree with you on that one
Okay.
because she's a personal favorite of mine.
Oh!
Just for the drama of it all, you know. She's one of those songs where I like.
Wait.
What?
Let me change this to our personal faves. Just to broaden, to open up the ranking list.
Yeah, she's a personal fave. I remember when the album first came out, or in the earlier times or periods of the album, this was one of those tracks where I'd be like singing along in the shower and just performing the house down boots, you know, because of just the dramatic
Did you used to do the high
vocal. I would attempt it, but yeah, like, and I think I like it for the vocal drama of it. Don't know what the hell Ave Maria means or what she is, but sometimes you don't need to know the meaning of the song for it to hit a special place, you know. So she did. You know,
I also
is
love
memorable.
every live performance of it. Like, for example, the performance on the I Am World Tour, where she has that wedding dress that gets put on her before she goes into the original version of Ave Maria. And then she also did a Christmas performance somewhere in New York City, you know, the one with the cathedral in the background. And there's this one part in the song where they have this long panning zoom shot where they start wide and just come closer and closer, but at the slowest snail pace, and it was like so dramatic. So I really enjoyed when she performed the song live as well.
And something about Ave Maria as well, something about is it Daughter on Cowboy Carter, where she goes into that whole, like, is it Italian or Spanish? I don't know. Yeah, she starts singing operatically.
Yes.
So this was kind of the first place where I saw Beyonce's vocals go in that direction, and this was the first track. And hence, like, when I heard Daughter, it, you know, reminded me of Ave Maria. I was like, oh, okay, you know, there's the opera Beyonce coming out. Miss Phantom of the Opera.
Have you ever heard Destiny's Child doing, what's it, Chorus of the Bells?
No.
And that one live performance. Well, it's not a live performance. I think they were doing an interview and they just started singing this on the mic podium. And then Kelly went into that high note that literally like
I don't remember. I don't think I've seen that.
Wait, I'm gonna try to find that for you.
Amen. Amen.
Now the shot comes in. Overpowers both of them.
She's like, I'm in the house now. So where does Ave Maria sit?
So like I said, for me,
Ave Maria. For me, she's a personal fave.
Let's put it in personal. Let's respect that. And I'm just like noticing, like, all my faves are like the loudest songs.
I do like those, with the exception of Ring the Alarm. Ring the Alarm is chaos.
I love chaos.
So, but out of, like, in that tier, yeah, Green Light, personal fave. Sugar Mama, love her. Ring the Alarm. girl. Like, let's take it a few notches down. But sure, it's your favorite.
It is.
I have still yet to understand or know why. But let's not discuss Ring the Alarm.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Ave Maria does fit in, if I look at the other two, does fit in that category.
Okay.
But is she your personal fave?
I do love the song.
Okay.
I wouldn't have put it in personal fave, but I do like the
signature.
song. So,
definitely
like I said, I
ranks
love the sound
higher.
of it. I love the vocal. I love the softness of it. I love how vulnerable she sounds. I remember when I first heard the song, I still had the CD. So like I used
What's a CD? I'm kidding.
and I still remember when I heard the song the first time, I was like, I've never heard Beyonce's voice this gentle. And the gentleness of it made an impact on me. Like for me, that stood out. So for me, it's always been one of those songs like, oh, I've never heard Beyonce do this, you know? So it kind of stuck with me.
Okay.
So initially, I wouldn't have put it in personal faves, but, you know, I do feel like it's one of those songs that, you know, people
It's
should
stronger
hear.
in the album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to the rest.
Compared, all
We
right.
could say. Okay, next up, let's go to Satellites.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a tricky one for me. Yeah, I think I've got like a
I'm gonna say forgettable.
forgettable.
What do you say? Okay, let me say why I say forgettable. I do like, again, it's got that whole gentle acoustic guitar vibe to it. I will say the song is a bit boring. Like you start listening to it and it's like,
It's a lullaby. She is. It's a very zen and meditative song. I think it's lullaby-esque.
it starts
for me.
off
Yeah.
beautifully and then I'm like, okay, can we start the next song?
Yeah.
It loses steam quite quickly.
And
doesn't
feels too
sustain.
long. And feels too long. For me, it could have been, I don't know how she would have done it, but like made it an interlude of some sort if she wanted really the track. The fact that, you know, we were saying that earlier, you discovered that Smash Into You is on the platinum version of the album.
Would've
Mama,
swapped those
like I
out.
would have swapped,
Yeah.
you know, like she felt some type of way about Satellites, like, and Satellite is very like introspective. It's like those songs that makes you. It sounds like she was in her mind when she wrote it and had disappeared into this world, and
Yeah.
she was just, you know, thinking and in the zone. And
Because like, what's
shut-
the lyrics? Like, if we don't communicate, we exist in
Yeah.
our own space.
Yeah, so it just feels very like personal
something's
and
not right.
Very inward, yeah.
So you've got Satellite, you've got Broken Hearted Girl, you've got Disappear.
very inward songs.
What was Mother
all of
going
them.
through during this era?
Yeah, very melancholic, all of them.
Yeah.
And the mood is very mellow, all of those songs. And I think it kind of then goes to like, it kind of indicates the type of songs that we gravitate towards, because all of the slower, kind of moodier songs rank a bit lower because they are quite personal to her. But the thing is that it must have resonated with someone somewhere out there. It just doesn't resonate that much with us.
Yeah.
We can pick other songs. And so, yeah. Okay, cool. I think I agree with you with
Forgettable.
Satellites. Similar to Broken Hearted Girl. Yeah, like Satellites, if I listen, I don't jump to it when I listen to this album.
Yeah.
In fact, I look forward not to listen to Satellites.
It doesn't appear, you know,
Yeah.
I love making playlists. It doesn't appear in any playlist I've ever made. So that says a lot.
It's
Even Gift from Virgo appears in playlists. Satellites, no.
It's one of those songs where if you just want to disappear into your own brain and into your own world, you'd listen to maybe and
And die off or whatever.
No, it plays in the background. For me, it's a background song. Yeah, so not memorable in that sense. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've put Single Ladies up in signature because. Do we even need to discuss it?
Is an elephant heavy?
Like,
So,
because for me, I remember when I first heard the song, I still remember exactly where I was. I was in a minibus taxi on my way home from work, and I got into the taxi and I heard the end of the song as I got in. And I was still like, wait, is this Get Me Bodied? And then I was like, oh, it's a new Beyonce song. It's like, oh, it's a new song. So I didn't know it was Single Ladies. I just heard the end part, but I remember hearing it. And it sounded so chaotic. For me, in my first listen, I was like, what is this beat? I don't understand it. What is going on? Like, this single is gonna flop because who's gonna listen to this mess? Because let's be honest, the production is wild. As soon as I saw the music video, I was like, mother. I get it. I fully understand. And like, I feel it's one of the songs that, you know, if there was not a music video, I don't think it would have been that big.
I like the simplicity of the video in comparison to the production of the song, because the video is just black and white and it focuses on choreography and moving around with camera angles and things like that. So it's not a very busy music video, and throughout the music video you just follow her and the choreography, and I love the camera work. So I can see why when you saw the music video, you know, you then loved the song, because the production of it is quite, you know, but I do agree with you in terms of it being a signature hit. Like, I think it's such a signature hit that it was even in pop culture in itself.
It was the first TikTok craze before TikTok.
Yeah, because SNL did like,
everyone,
you know, and you know, if like the child down the street would be singing along to Single Ladies, it
was unavoidable.
Yeah,
it was
so
everywhere.
it was everywhere. It was a literal hit. So it's undeniable. It's more than just a bop. Because even when you listening to Single Ladies, like not intentionally listening, but it's just playing in the background, you find yourself dancing somehow to it, you know, you start moving to it.
I'm compelled to do the choreography.
Yeah, you want to.
When I'm like doing the dishes and I got my headphones on and all of a sudden Single Ladies come on, I'm just like, okay. You know, like it's it's a signature.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with
uncontested signature hit. Yeah, no, it completely agree. Makes sense there.
Okay, next up, radio. I know you love radio. I'll be on the hotline day.
It's just crazy wild lyrics. But there was a time where I just like was obsessed. I was in my radio era, like just listening to the song almost all the time, every day. I don't know, there's a certain nostalgia about it. I don't know what it is for me where that made me, because the production also of the song is quite
I actually enjoy the production.
Not as wild as
like for me, I deduct points maybe for the lyrics, but I think the production is actually quite good. Like that very Euro pop, Euro dance type of effect. Yeah, there's something about it's definitely a bop for me. I won't say it's a signature hit because no, it's not.
Girl, I don't even know if she's ever performed radio.
She performed it once during the
and Solange was in the audience, and that's why it also clicks on me, because Solange was in the audience, and that was like the one time. So it's a bop. It's definitely more than good for me, because it's a vibey song. Like, the lyrics I'm not crazy about, because if you actually listen to the lyrics of radio, it's just like, girl, what are you singing about?
But still a bop. Okay, now we're moving on to Diva. I would say Diva. I'm gonna start by putting Diva in signature. Because it is that.
It's in between signature and bop for me, but leaning more towards signature So I wouldn't put it in bop. And I think for me, Diva was like my first introduction to trap Beyonce. Where she was like more like she would rap certain lyrics, you know, instead of singing.
But she's been rapping her entire career. She's been rapping since Destiny's Child.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's when she was in Destiny's Child. I'm saying as Beyonce herself. So like in her debut album, was she rapping?
No.
Well, hip hop rapping, go time. Was she?
Well, I know on B Day with Kitty Cat, there's like this kind of like spoken melodic rap.
Yeah, but it's not
to
trap Beyonce.
It's not
It's
trap
also
Beyonce.
like
It's
spoken
not that.
word.
Yeah.
Got diamonds on my neck. Got diamonds in a Swing 16. Yeah, so it's not rapping per se. It's hip hopping. Hip hop rapping.
Hip-hop rapping.
But yeah, so Diva was sort of like the first, and even the attitude of the song, you know, was like, you know, giving confidence and made a lot of us believe that we were divas, and we are
Still
divas, and still a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. So yeah, definitely a signature hit. I agree
think so.
there. Yeah, it is.
Okay, next up we've got Sweet Dreams. I want to put it in personal favorite, but I don't know. Let's put it in signature for now. For me, it's definitely higher than a bop. I think it's also one of Beyonce's best dance pop tracks. So for that reason, I want to put it high. I'm happy with having it in the signature. I just don't know if I want to put it in personal favorite.
Yeah, it's kind of like in between, hey? I'm also tossing with Sweet Dreams because I remember exactly the first time I heard Sweet Dreams. I was in varsity. I think I was doing my second or third year. And it's also for me one of those songs that the first time I saw or heard the song was through a music video. I didn't hear it through radio, and at that time, I don't know if the streaming wasn't really a thing. YouTube was there.
YouTube.
Yeah, we had YouTube, but also I wasn't really like in the YouTube verse at the time. Sorry, Miss Ma'am. But it's like it's one of the songs that got introduced to me via a video and visuals, and I just loved it instantly. So I wouldn't put it in bop as well because I think it deserves more than a bop.
Yeah.
But also it's not a personal fave. I do love the song, so based on process of elimination, then it is a signature hit. Yeah, because
agree.
it sits in between those.
Yeah,
two
while you were
tiers.
speaking, I was also just like trying to weigh it up. And as much as I do love the song, I don't think it's a personal hit. It will always feature on a playlist.
Yeah.
I think it's a great song, but it's not one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, because I'm looking where personal favorite is. I said Green Light and Sugar Mama. Those are my personal favorite.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put Sweet Dreams in that category because in the album as well, I would gravitate more towards Diva because Diva is a signature hit. And even Single Ladies before I go to Sweet Dreams. So it's a lovely goal.
Although I do feel like Sweet Dreams, as an example, is a better song than Diva.
For
me.
Okay.
For me.
Sure, Jan. But yeah, I think tearing wise, she is where she deserves to be and makes sense. So yeah, whether she's better than Diva and Single Ladies is debatable. You know.
But we're both happy with signature?
Yeah, happy with Sweet Dreams being there. Yeah.
Yay.
Hey, we're back.
We're back. We took a little bit of a juice break.
Sounds ominous. What juice?
Anyways, we're on to the last track, which is Video Phone. Video Phone makes me sad. I don't know why I started like that, but it makes me sad because as far as the beat of the song, I really enjoy Video Phone.
I love the way it starts.
I love everything of the production.
Okay.
But lyrically, I'm just like, what are you
Yeah,
saying,
it's
girl?
also
What are you
it doesn't
saying?
have lyrical depth.
There's nothing there.
It doesn't have lyrical depth. She's just writing at this point.
And it's almost it's such a unfortunate misfortune. It's such a it's such a shame.
It's such a shame.
It's such a shame.
Shameful.
Because there was so much potential with the song.
Even though she featured Lady Gaga in the remix, that still don't make it no bop.
That made it worse.
Actually, I was gonna go to that. That's why I mentioned the Lady Gaga. The Lady Gaga remix did not make it better for me either. But yeah, Video Phone for me, track in terms of production, I like it. I like the beat and
Same.
you know, shorty, and how it starts, like shorty, what your name is. You know, it's got an attitude. It's got a. But then the more like the longer you listen to the track, for me, I realized like we actually not singing about anything here. You just want me to be on the video for. It's very surface level lyrically, and especially compared to other tracks on the album. I do find a Video Phone. It's only for vibes only that I like Video Phone.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere between good and pop.
Is it then good?
It's somewhere between good and bop for me. I won't say I like radio more than Video Phone. So I think let's keep it on good.
Not pop.
Yeah. Let me see what else is in pop, because now in comparison, oh no, if not
Which song did you see and you were like, oh no?
If Upgrade You and Naughty Girl, and those are on two different albums, are on that tier, then Video Phone doesn't sit in the same caliber as those songs, you know. And also, like, Video Phone for me, from a music video standpoint, I look at Diva, the music video of Diva. I look at the music video of Sweet Dreams, and then you come with Video Phone. I'm just
Single
like,
Ladies.
and Single Ladies, and they're all Video Phone just seems then basic in comparison to the it seemed very last minute. It's like, okay guys, we got a studio, let's just shoot. I've got all these different ideas. They even have toy guns. Oh,
I forgot about the toy guns.
Exactly,
Like,
there's even toy guns. I'm
Water
like,
guns.
where are we? Water
Like,
guns.
what?
Exactly. Like,
We've got a lot of opinions about the song.
yeah, we don't like it. So she's just good. She's not forgettable, and she's not for me, because I do like the track, but she's good, and I think that's the best she's ever gonna be. Just good.
At least we've got not for me
On this,
for Sasha Fierce.
I feel like if we had the platinum,
we
would have, we would have, eventually gotten some that's just not for me. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last track. I think all that's left for us to do is just to do a quick recap on what we have done.
Yeah.
And see if we are ultimately happy
Yeah.
with the tier list as it stands.
It's weird to classify something like a ballad, like The Closer I Get to You and Resentment, as a bop. Because when I think bop, I'm just thinking like, you know, like your typical pop song. And these are not pop songs.
Title.
And these are not pop songs.
So when you guys tune in next week again,
this is gonna change
again. So like we said, this is a living tier list.
We did.
We most certainly did. So just as a final recap of where we are, for personal faves, we've got Green Light, Sugar Mama, Ave Maria, and Ring the Alarm. Then we've got, why are you laughing?
Why are you laughing? I'm sorry, my dear, but you are up for elimination.
It's just, it's just like when I think about just,
that grouping of songs.
It's like, would I even make an album? Well, 3 of those songs are from the same album, so I guess, you know. It's just that Ave throws me into a loop. But makes sense.
Hey, we celebrate duality.
So, you've got one personal fave that's yours, which is Ring the Alarm, and then we've got one personal fave of mine, which is Ave Maria, and then we both agree with Green Light and Sugar Mama.
I think that's a good mix.
It's balanced, so makes sense.
And then for signature hits, we've got Crazy in Love, Single Ladies, Deja Vu, Halo, Irreplaceable, Diva, Get Me Bodied, Upgrade You, Sweet Dreams, Freakin' Dress, and Be Myself and I. I think that's a hell of a good list.
With signature hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are definitely all like, yeah, those are definite hits.
Yeah.
Like, and most of them were singles, so also makes sense because it's like your general population should know these tracks, even
Yeah.
if they're not an avid Beyonce fan. So yeah, and what makes a hit is pretty much most people know it. And I think those songs, you will find someone that does know the song, even if they're not a Beyonce fan.
Okay. And then for It's a Bop, which we might rename. So these are tracks that's kind of like not quite in the signature greatest hits, but also not terrible. So we might just look at what we call them. But the songs that we've clumped in there is Baby Boy, Be With You, Signs, Kitty Cat, Naughty Girl, The Closer I Get to You, Resentment, and Radio. Well, hey, so far it seems that it's a race between B-Day and I Am Sasha Fierce for the top album. Just looking at what we've got in the personal faves and signature, those two is just like edging a little.
Yeah, so we'll see as time lapses and more songs are included, where these two albums are also gonna line up. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the fun part about. We don't know how this is all gonna play out.
That's the exciting part. Yeah.
So. Stay tuned.
We'll know when you know. We'll find out together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that on that. I think I'm very happy with where we ended up with. It was also a lot of fun having you here. It adds a different context, a different perspective, another way of consuming music that can be factored in how we actually place these songs on the ranking list. Just having someone to bounce ideas off of, you know, and keeping each other on a straight and narrow and not get too wild with these rankings. So that was fun. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did. It was a fun ranking. I wish I would have been here for B-Day because that is my album. That's what made me a Beyonce fan. It's been fun.
I'm glad you had a fun time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see once all the other albums are also reviewed and tiered, where all of this is going to turn out.
And I'm looking forward to the next album. The next album that we're going to be looking at for episode 4 is, you guessed it, 4. Well, this is 8. And we both did it.
Well, now 16 carriages.
So the next album we're going to be doing is 4. And for me, I know that there's going to be quite a few songs that ranks in the upper ranks for the ranking list. But we're not giving away any spoilers. You'll have to tune in for the next episode to see how that plays out. But thank you for joining us today. I hope you had a fun time. And
like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you. Please like and subscribe. And please also follow Lelana Enigma or...
Well, Lutho Lelana Enigma. Yeah.
Yes. You can follow Lutho Lelana on Instagram. I will be including all the links in the description below. Okay. Bye.